Hey folks, Tim Newman with Lite Studios bringing another daily assignment your way. Today's assignment for August 3rd, 2019. Our assignment today is titled Sweet Things. If you can resist eating them, candy makes for great photographic subjects. You can just imagine the colors, the shapes, the forms, the flavors. Capture some Willy Wonka class candy pictures today. Let's take a look at a couple of sample images. Now, I think you got to agree, this conveys the meaning candy pretty well in a picture. And what I really like about this picture is even though it could be construed as a fairly chaotic scene, it's pretty straightforward in that there are only 2 or 3 shapes here that are clearly identifiable with the brand of candy that shape is associated with. Also, it's really a very carefully managed color set. Oranges and browns go together really, really well. I mean, just ask the Cleveland Browns. They'll tell you it does. Okay, let's take a look at some of the elements of design that matter here. First of all, shapes. Candy is all about shape. It comes in all sorts of different kinds of shapes and sizes, which is really, really cool. With candy, you can work patterns. You can even work symmetry in the patterns and breaks in the patterns. One of the most famous candy shots I've ever seen was a tackle box, if you will, or kind of like a hardware box that had specific colors of M&Ms in each one of those divided sections, and they were done in a rainbow pattern. It looked really, really cool. Of course, symmetry is another thing that works here really, really well with these pictures. Let's take a look at some more sample images. All right, so this isn't just candy. There's obviously a mug of coffee hanging off over to the right there, but I do like the chocolate candy, and I really like the cinnamon sticks that are tied up behind it. What I really like is the use of both positive and negative space here, really kind of a geometric balance thing, if you will, and the very managed set of color tones that exist within this picture. Very well thought out shot. In our next shot, it's just a close-up, and we really are focusing on shapes here. Now, whether you realize it or not, there is a diagonal line here being worked from the lower left to the upper right in an applied fashion, and then there are intersecting lines coming in here as well. Now, the one other thing here that is subtle but was clearly thought out here is this is a narrow analogous color set. If you don't know what that means, it's something that you probably want to learn to recognize, and you can look up analogous color sets at color.adobe.com and play with them and see what they look like. So that's a pretty cool thing. All right, love this picture here. This is more of a homage to making candy, but I really love the color sets that are being portrayed here. The softer, warmer light that's kind of off angle, and really the nice placement of the cinnamon and the candy balls kind of in that diagonal fashion across the frame. Works really, really well with the angle of light that's hitting them. All right, let's take a look at the rules of composition here that we are going to be keeping in the back of our mind. Rule of thirds, that worked in a lot of those pictures that we saw there, and it's something that you want to keep in mind when you're lining up your scenes. Think about patterns and symmetry and those breaks in those patterns. If you think back to our last shot with those cocoa balls scattered across the screen, one of those guys had a break in the cocoa ball. That's our break in the pattern. It's something that works in and can help alleviate the monotony in the picture, and point of view is really, really critical here. Top down gives you shape. That kind of off the table angle gives you a little bit of form to it. Works really, really well in these pictures, so pay attention to that. Last but not least, here are our specifications for exporting images that you would like to have considered for the semi-monthly image critique. You can upload those pictures using the naming example and naming standard that you see here at the bottom of this slide. And if none of that makes sense to you, please take a look at the Update 01 video, for which there is a link in the subscribe section right below this video. Also, here's the upload URL, which is provided as a link as well, so you don't have to type all those characters. And then there's that one last all-important link that we beg you to click every video, and that is the subscribe button. So that will keep you up to date with what we're bringing out each and every day here at Lite Studios. All right, go out there, find some candy, shoot it, eat it. And remember, learning equals skills. Practice equals mastery. We'll see you out there.